My name is Amber Zealand, and I'm here to talk to you about my artifact and how it led me here to being in the early childhood education program. And for that, I chose my figure skates. And the reason I chose figure skate is because I started figure skating when I was around 7 years old. I figure skated all the way through elementary school and then up into high school. And then when I started university, I had the opportunity to start coaching, which was awesome because it not only helped pay for university, but it exposed me to the opportunity to start working with children and see about the idea of teaching, coaching, as well as the club that I worked at. Also coached individuals with autism, and they were in both the individual as well as the group setting. And this was something that I found a very interesting opportunity and very rewarding. I really liked the opportunity to rethink both my learning and skills as a skater, but also as a coach, because things that I took for granted when I was teaching the other kids, I had to completely rethink with a lot of these kids. And so I found it very rewarding when they learned a skill. Not that when the other kids learned a skill, it wasn't also rewarding, but because I had to be so creative and rethink completely how I even learned a skill to teach it. And it took so much longer, and the joy and excitement even on the parents, this was so different, this whole process, that I was like, yeah, I'm hooked, I'm done, this is what I want to do. So from there, when I graduated university, I started looking into what could I do to work with these populations. And so I started volunteering, first thinking about looking into occupational therapy. Then I started volunteering at an organization that was specifically for individuals with autism, and I learned about this whole applied behavior analysis world. And so I started volunteering and then got a job working in the world of IBI, working as an instructional therapist. And then from there, I went back to get my master's, and I have a master's in applied disability studies with a specialization in ABA. I then went on to be supervised by a board certified behavior analysis so that I could then write the exam to become a BCBA, which I've done. And then from there, I started working into childcare fields. And so I began working beyond just the autism or developmental delay population, but I was also working with typically developing populations who were exhibiting higher than typical non-compliance, tantruming, and other behavioral issues that, again, this ABA field could be applicable to. But what I was finding very interesting and very challenging was, how do I meld the world of ABA and the world of the ECE into one? And so that's what led me to return back to school to get the ECE, was so that I could meld and be talking the same language, because there was this sort of disconnect between these worlds. So I returned to school, and I look back on it and I sort of thought, what really started me on this trajectory was this skate and this opportunity that it gave me along this path. And as much as I might not be at the rink as much as I was, this is still a part of my life. I now have a 5 and an 8-year-old, and we still go skating, and I still got to teach them how to do things, and I might go out with my friends skating. And so this is still part of who I am, and it led me on the trajectory of my career, my academic, and my social life growing up. So I think this is a perfect representation of who and a piece of what and who I am.